Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be having some fun doing my makeup while I discuss my unpopular YouTube opinions. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, just go ahead and keep watching. So obviously I already have most of my makeup done. I am just pretty much going to be doing my eyeshadow. So I did want to play some more with this palette right here. This is the Kaleidos Flower Punk palette. I did a look with this grungier side for a video that actually never got posted. So I did want to recreate that look. I've got some other stuff here just in case. I've got the Child palette from ColourPop and some singles, but I'm not really going to be talking about the makeup. I'm here to spill some tea. I'm just kidding. But I am going to share some of my unpopular YouTube related opinions. I'm just going to go ahead and start doing my makeup while I talk. So I'm not one for disclaimers. I'm actually going to go ahead and say this is probably my first unpopular opinion. I hate when a YouTuber feels the need to constantly give disclaimers about their opinions. And I know that's not really on the YouTuber. That speaks more about the viewers. But if they do like a new makeup release style video and they have to say at the beginning, like, you know, just because I don't like a product that you love, or if it's like a fails video and they're like, you know, just because this didn't work for me, maybe it's your favorite product, that's okay. People are allowed to disagree. Like, you shouldn't need to do that. I shouldn't have to tell what I'm presuming is basically an adult. I mean, I'm gonna assume if you're watching beauty YouTube, you might be younger. Like, I'm sure there are, you know, people as young as 10, 11, 13-ish watching these videos, but you shouldn't have to tell adults that it's okay for people to have differing opinions. I am not your kindergarten teacher. I do not have to tell you that just because I don't like something that you like, or vice versa, or something that didn't work for my skin that is probably very different from your skin, doesn't mean that I am offending you. Doesn't mean that you should take offense to my personal opinion. Because people are in fact entitled to their own opinions. I just don't understand the disclaimers. And I mean, I know they do it because people probably leave really angry comments, which I also don't understand, is like people going to bat to defend brands that don't know or don't care that you exist. Like, God forbid you say something bad about a really hyped up brand or like an influencer brand and everybody's just gonna come after you in the comments. They don't know you exist. They don't care if you defended their product. They don't. So just save your time. That's your precious time of your life that you can never get back. Those 4 minutes you spent typing that angry comment, you'll never get it back, and it doesn't matter. And as far as the YouTubers, like, don't waste your breath giving a disclaimer. Just do your video, say your opinion. Engagement is engagement. Listen, that angry comment is a comment. YouTube does not care what the comment says. Let them be angry at you for saying your opinion. If you don't like what someone is saying, click off the video. Don't watch it. Like, so that one wasn't even on the list. I made a list of unpopular opinions. I did want to kind of gather my thoughts, so I don't want to say anything out of pocket. I am going to be talking about people in this video, not just products. I don't have a problem giving my opinion, but I do want to watch what I say. Opinions are subject to change. I can say something in this video and then change my mind about it later. I'm allowed to do that. So jumping into my first unpopular opinion that is on my list, I think a lot of YouTubers these days are putting out, I'm gonna call it cop-out content. When you start doing videos buying the Kardashians used clothing, and I'm not talking about everybody. If this is like a one-off video, it's a trend, get your views. If it's trending and you just decided to try it out and do one video, that's fine. I'm talking about repeat offenders. We're gonna talk about offenders later. But I'm talking about like when every other video is either I bought the Kardashians used clothes, I bought the worst rated products on Sephora, trying out TikTok trends. Like, you're not even being creative with your content anymore. I think, like, the buying Kardashians used clothes, the Kardashians do not need your money. You do not need to pay them to buy their sweaty, worn clothes. It's just, it's unnecessary, it's wasteful. Like, I've seen some that are like buying the ugliest Kardashians used clothes. At least buy nice stuff. Like, if you're gonna spend your hard-earned money and give it to a very wealthy family that doesn't need it and is capitalizing off the fact that they know people are gonna buy this stuff, and it's no shade to the Kardashians, I'm not like a Kardashian hater, but like, at least buy nice stuff. If you're just gonna buy a bunch of ugly clothes, even like the buying the worst rated clothing on Fashion Nova or buying the ugliest stuff on Fashion Nova, why? For what purpose? Like, yeah, you got a video out of it, but you're blatantly buying things that you know you're not gonna like, you know you're not gonna use, you're not gonna wear it, it's wasteful. Maybe you donate it, but if you didn't want it, nobody on Fashion Nova wanted it, why would less fortunate people that are receiving your donations want crap that you bought for the sake of a video? That ugly crap that you bought that you knew you didn't want, it's wasteful. It's either gonna sit in the back of your closet for the rest of your life, or until you just throw it out, or you're gonna donate it and nobody else is gonna want it either. Or like, TikTok made me buy it. Trying viral TikTok trends. Like, if every one of your YouTube videos is about TikTok, take your ass to TikTok. Like, now I don't have a TikTok. I know it's the next big thing. And it is trendy. People want to stay on top of trends. But I'm talking about like almost every video you post. I know at least, I'm gonna say 3 YouTubers. And I'm not gonna say names, but 3 YouTubers that I subscribe to, or I think I actually unsubscribed to 2 of them, but like every video was buying the Kardashians used clothes. I bought the ugliest, lowest rated clothes on Fashion Nova, buying Sephora's lowest rated makeup. Like, that's so wasteful. Like, if you do one video like that, okay. If every other video you post is just you basically trying crap that you know you're not gonna like, that's wasteful and it's not really entertaining. To me personally, again, personal opinions, we are all entitled to them. But I actually did unsubscribe to, I think two YouTubers I did unsubscribe to because of the content being nothing but buying prom dresses off of eBay, buying ugly prom dresses off of eBay, buying the ugliest stuff I found on Fashion Nova. Like, I get it, it's funny, it's a laugh, but if it's all you do, you're not being creative anymore. Like, that's cop-out content. My next unpopular opinion brings me to sponsored content. Now, I have absolutely no problem with YouTubers doing sponsorships. I think it is a great way to make money. YouTube is work, it's time, it's effort, it's maybe you film a video for an hour, but you spent 3 hours editing it, and then you made your thumbnail, and it's time, it's work. It's not like hard manual labor, but it is definitely effort and work. So doing sponsorships is a great way to get paid basically for the work that you do. I would love to do sponsored content. So I'm not shading sponsored content at all. If it's, you know, a product you genuinely believe in. But my unpopular opinion is that specifically a lot of YouTubers kind of maintain their channel just to fulfill sponsorships. There are a few of these like bigger mainstream YouTubers that I feel kind of only post when there's a sponsorship attached to it. Like if you post a video once every 2 months and I can guarantee there's a sponsor on it before I even click on it, then you're not doing YouTube anymore, you're doing sponsorships. Like if you don't want to post anymore, like I get it. A lot of these mainstream YouTubers, they put in their work. They did their grind, they hustled, they built their channel, they made their money. They're good. They don't have to do YouTube anymore. People's lives change, their priorities change. They've grown up. A lot of them are, you know, married with families and they've got kids and responsibilities. And I get that you can change your priorities to not post on YouTube 3 times a week like you used to. But if every video you post has a 3-minute HelloFresh segment at the beginning, or it's a life update, but I've been loving Audible lately, and let me tell you, you can save my, like, at least post a video every now and then that doesn't have a sponsorship attached to it. If everything you post is sponsored, I'm gonna feel like you don't even want to do YouTube anymore. You're just fulfilling your commitments. And you're just not really too interested in doing YouTube full-time anymore, which is fine if, you know, you've grown out of doing YouTube, but at least don't make it so obvious. So that leads me to my next unpopular opinion, that a lot of YouTubers dance around their honest opinions in order to not piss off a brand. I feel like not even just with sponsored content, you can tell a lot of times with sponsored content that you know the YouTuber is talking it up, which I mean, of course you're gonna do, the brand is paying you to talk up their product. But like even in just everyday videos that don't have sponsorships attached to them, you can tell when a YouTuber is not being honest about a product, or they are trying everything to defend a product that is clearly bad or not working just for the sake of not saying something bad about this product or this brand. Now, I do kind of feel like YouTubers fall into 2 different categories. You definitely have your like more mainstream, like not even particularly mainstream, just like the don't say anything bad YouTuber at any cost and the tell it like it is YouTuber. You can tell when a YouTuber doesn't want to say the truth regarding a product they're trying. And I mean, there's definitely a difference between someone that you know is just genuinely good-hearted and they don't want to offend people or a brand or anybody. They just don't want to say something bad. I think you can tell, especially if it's a YouTuber that you watch a lot. I think it's easy to tell when they're just being nice because that's who they are as a person, Like, you can even tell when they are saying something bad about a product that they feel bad about it. And then you can also tell when they're doing it for the sake of the brand, or because it's a really hyped up product and they know people are gonna feel some type of way. Like, let's talk like Fenty. Like, let's say Fenty releases something that is complete trash and they send it to all the mainstream YouTubers. How many of them do you think are gonna say, this is hot garbage, this sucks, I don't like it? I mean, you don't have to say it like that. There's definitely nicer ways to say something doesn't work. But because it's Fenty, I feel like a lot of people are not going to give their honest opinion. I am willing to bet that even something that is as clean cut, either it works or it doesn't, it's good or it's not, and not saying that everything is like that. A lot of YouTubers will say, you know, maybe it's user error, I've never worked with this formula. I've said it before, and that's completely possible, that it's a new formula, it's a new product, you're not familiar with it. But there's a difference between defending something and saying, you know, maybe it's me, I don't know how to work with this, and something is clearly not working, and they're like, oh, you know, I can make it work, you know, it's not that bad. Let's say Fenty released a product with a horrible shade range. Now, obviously that's not going to happen. Fenty is a very inclusive brand. I'm just saying, hypothetically, using Fenty because Fenty is one of those brands that people are just not gonna talk bad about because it's Rihanna. I love Rihanna too, but if something sucks, it sucks. But let's say Fenty released something with a horrible shade range, hypothetically. I think there are influencers that would not flat out say, this shade range sucks, this bronzer does not work, it's not deep enough, this foundation doesn't go deep enough. I have seen videos where a bronzer is just flat out not deep enough. It just doesn't work. The shade range is not good. And the influencer is, oh, you know, I can make it work. You know, if I build it up, it's okay. Like, it's not too red. I can make it. It doesn't work. And you're defending it because of the brand. I don't remember the brand or the specific influencer, but I do definitely think that YouTubers dance around their opinion regarding certain brands or maybe certain influencer-backed products for the sake of not pissing off the brand. Which, I mean, that's definitely misleading. Your viewers should trust what you say, but when you can just like flat out tell that an influencer doesn't want to say what we can all clearly see for the sake of pissing off a brand. Wow. I'm sorry. Can we just talk about that shade for a second? Good Lord. And then on the other side of the spectrum, you definitely have the YouTubers that are just gonna give their honest opinion no matter who they piss off. That's the kind of sponsorship I trust, because I know that they're probably working with brands that are okay with them being honest. They're okay with, you know, trying a brand out or something and saying, this worked, but this didn't. I like this, but this didn't work for me. You don't have to flat out say, this is hot garbage, I think it's stupid. But when something is clearly hot garbage and they won't say it, it's just very noticeable. It's noticeable when you're dancing around your opinion. It's noticeable when you don't want to piss anybody off. And I think that does honestly come with the territory, though. Like, if you want to be more of a mainstream YouTuber, you want to work with mainstream brands, you want the sponsorships, the PR, this and that, the collaborations, it does definitely play to your advantage to be that YouTuber that's going to dance around your opinion. I definitely think brands like Too Faced and Benefit and Urban Decay, they're probably not going to want to work with the tell it like it is kind of YouTuber. I think you definitely set yourself to be in that group that's probably not going to work with the huge brands. That's probably not going to get as many sponsorships or brand deals because you're going to tell it like it is. So, I mean, at the end of the day, YouTube is a lot of people's way of making money. You know that if you say, this sucks, this is horrible, that brand is probably not going to work with you. So, I mean, I'm not going to say understandable because you shouldn't be misleading or lying to your followers and your subscribers either way. But I mean, I guess it is a business tactic. You don't want to piss off the people that are paying you. I think it is very blatantly obvious when someone is not being honest about an opinion for the sake of PR or working with a brand or not pissing off a lot of people's fans. Let's say Beyonce were to launch a beauty brand. Forget it. There's not going to be one negative opinion because you're not going to piss off Beyonce's fans. Unless you're in the tell it like it is, just don't really care group of YouTubers. So now I'm going to get into the real tea. I did want to cover my opinions on two controversial YouTubers in this one. What's wrong, sir? So I'm going to be starting with Tati. And, okay, so I did watch most of her, I'm coming back video. I try to keep up with some YouTube drama. Some of it I just don't want to waste my time with. But, when you put yourself into this community, whether you are a tiny influencer or a lot of people are going to watch your video, you do need to maintain a level of being educated about what is going on in the community so that you know who you're supporting, who you're backing, who you want to discuss and promote on your channel. Because let's be honest, any mention of anybody is going to give them some form of attention. So I do try to at least know somewhat what's happening. So if you don't know about the Tati scandal, that's not my kind of video. But I do actually like to watch Smoky Glow. I feel like she does commentary videos from a very educated perspective. It's not just talking about what happened. It actually has knowledge behind it. She gives a very well thought out, educated perspective on everything that's going on. But Tati came back. I did watch her, I'm coming back little video. And I'm not going to in any way, shape, or form discredit some of the things she said in the video. She talks about like getting stalked and watched, and that's horrifying. So definitely not going to downplay any of that. No one deserves to have their privacy violated. But I kind of feel like that video was her saying, all this bad stuff happened to me. I almost got a divorce. I sold my big fancy dream house. All this happened. I don't want to talk about all the drama. I just want to come back. Please feel bad for me. Forget about everything that happened. I'm just going to pick up where I left off and keep it moving. Now, do I think that she came back because she missed YouTube? Yeah, of course. When this is your job, it's your career, it's what you do, it's every day. I've only been doing YouTube for a couple months and it consumes so much of your time. It's consumes your thoughts. It's, you know, could this make a good video? Could I turn this into a video? Would someone like this? Would people want to watch this? Should I buy this? Would this get views? Like, it does become a huge part of your life. So do I think that she missed what she does? Absolutely. Do I think that she also missed the AdSense? Absolutely. I mean, she said it herself, lawsuits are expensive. She is still fighting, I believe, with her investor for Halo Beauty, I think. She did say she sold her house, which has to be devastating. You worked hard, you put in your time, and I'm not in any way discrediting Tati as a YouTuber. She put in work, 5 days a week, videos for years. She is one of the OG YouTubers. But do I think part of the reason she came back to YouTube was the money? Absolutely. You said flat out, lawsuits are expensive. You sold your house, you had to downsize. That's gotta be devastating when you had your absolute dream beauty room studio created for you. It was beautiful. Her house was beautiful. You sold that. You almost got a divorce. Your whole life flipped upside down. A part of you has got to be like, okay, I need to go back to making videos because I need the income. Whether she needed it or not, I don't know that. I obviously don't know her financial situation. Like, I do kind of feel like the video was kind of like, hey, all this stuff happened to me. Feel bad for me. We're not going to talk about any of the childish BS that I did. We're just going to move on. I just want to get back into videos. As far as her role in Sister Geddon, I feel like she kind of didn't take accountability for it when it happens. She did a lot of, this person told me to do this, and that person told me I should make this video. She strikes me as a very organized individual. I'm probably very certain that before she makes a video, she might script it. She probably sat down and had bullet points and references and all this stuff. She sat down and made the video. She sat down and probably edited the video. She uploaded the video. She made the thumbnail. She sat there while it was uploading. I don't know about you, but when I upload a video, I go back to it, I look, oh, is this good? Is this thumbnail good? Okay, 47%. Okay, am I sure it's good? Let me check the description box. You know, is this all good? Everything's spelled right? And then I go back and I'm like, okay, 87%. It's almost done. Babe, you like this thumbnail or this one? You like this one? Okay, so she did all that. She uploaded her video. She made the choices she made. And she did a lot of passing the buck when it blew up in her face. And I feel like her coming back is kind of like, let's sweep this under the rug. Let's not talk about it. I just want to go back to doing what I was doing. And I mean, she's still getting tons of views. So it's working for her. But I actually unsubscribed. I unsubscribed to Tati because, like, I can't watch her videos the same. Like, I feel like she showed us a very childish side. She went from this, like, picture of maturity and elegance and grace, and I don't do sponsored content because I'm so honest, and you can always count on me, and I do this, and then she did something really stupid. And I'm not in any way, shape, or form defending James Charles. Trust me, he's next. But she did something stupid. She passed the blame. She pointed fingers, this person, that person, they told me to do it, you know. And then she disappeared for a year. And she came back and she found strength in the Lord and all this bad stuff happened and she's just happy she came out okay and she wants to go back to her love, which is YouTube. I definitely think there is some sincerity to that. She, I'm sure, went through hell in that year, but I also kind of think she needed to come back because she knew it was financially a smart decision. Lawsuits are expensive. You sold your house, you downsized, you lost a lot. It makes the utmost sense to come back to regularly putting out content because you know it's a form of income. So I don't know what happens. I went off camera to do a small wing. One thing led to another, and here we are. But anyways, moving on. So I think that pretty much wraps up my opinions on Tati. I think she kind of swept a lot of things under the rug, and personally, again, I have no idea what Tati's financial situation is and what her true intentions are, but I feel like it just makes the most financial sense for her to come back to YouTube full-time. And I also unsubscribed because, I don't know, I don't look at her content the same. Like, it's just, not that she ruined her reputation, but she's just not the same for me anymore. So, speaking of Sistergeddon, we're gonna get into Sister Predator Charles right now. Basically, to keep a long story short, I think James Charles is in fact a predator. I think that if he were a run-of-the-mill, ordinary 22-year-old man who sent inappropriate messages to young 16-year-old boys, regardless of what age he was told they were. I'm just gonna put this on and come back because I can't talk and do mascara at the same time. Okay, I am back with my mascara done. It's definitely a lot smokier than the first time I did this look, but I'm just going to touch up some of the rest of my makeup while I continue on with Sister Predator Charles. Like I was saying, if James Charles were a run-of-the-mill, ordinary 22-year-old man without a following, without subscribers, without millions of dollars and makeup deals, he would be on an offenders list. He would probably be facing serious legal trouble, as he rightfully should be. And I think he is definitely brushing off the severity of his crimes. They're crimes. They are crimes. I didn't watch his video where he came back after, I believe, like a 3-month break from YouTube. Again, I did watch Smokey Glow's video on the whole situation, but from what I heard, his coming back video was a get ready with me style video. So he admitted to crimes against children whilst putting makeup on his face, which is unbelievable. And then his next few videos were like baking cookies, and he just picked up like nothing ever happened. So I think that a lot of his loyal fans are going to remain loyal fans. I think he definitely appeals to the younger Gen Z, more teenage to early 20 crowd. I think a lot of them are going to stand by him regardless of his actions. I think that video got over 200,000 likes, which is alarming that he admitted to crimes against children, and 200,000 people thumbed that video up. Yeah, so I think it takes a certain maturity to see just how wrong his actions are, which he obviously doesn't have. I think he is riding the privilege of his platform to get out of what he has done. Like I said, if he were an ordinary Joe Schmo from wherever with no name and no influence, he would be facing legal trouble and he would probably end up on an offenders list. So I think as viewers, as the audience for these influencers, we have to do what we can to support only those that we actually stand behind. No YouTuber is perfect. There's no way you can know what every influencer and every brand and every CEO and everyone did, and you just can't keep up with absolutely everything. But I think in the case of someone like James Charles, we need to realize that viewers fuel everything. Your views vote for who you want to see, who YouTube is going to push out, what content is going to be trending. So it's kind of like demand feeds supply. What you watch, there's going to be more of. If no one would have watched his video, if 200,000 people would have thumbed it down and he would have gotten nothing but negativity and pushback, I guarantee you he wouldn't have posted a video baking cookies a week later. So, my opinion on that, James Charles is a predator and he should be facing legal consequences for his actions. So hopefully I didn't offend too many people, but if I did, remember, you just go right ahead and swipe it off your screen and you won't have to see me anymore. But if you enjoyed this video, I hope that you would consider liking, subscribing, and coming back for some more content. Bye!